Hey everyone, today is exercise day. I'm meeting with my trainer, doing my arms and my abs, and then I am going to Tai Chi later, but I am also making my bone broth. So you guys stay tuned. Let's get this day started. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome all you new folks and welcome back everybody to Loving It on Keto. You guys, today is exercise day. I hope you get up, I hope you walk, I hope you move your body. If you are in a chair, you can still work out sitting in a chair, but move your body because it's so important. Harry, I bought him an ice pack and a heating pad, and we're alternating hot to cold today. He's going to rest while I go out and exercise. So you guys, I'm all dressed for success. I got my Yvette sportswear on and I am ready to go. Yes, indeed I am. Hoping that I can work on my arms. Now you guys, I'm 69 years old and my arms have got the wings, the bat wings, butterfly wings, angel wings, whatever you want to call them. But I am getting, if you can see, other than that mark where I had my thing, I am getting muscle. This is still loose skin and fat. Now, here's the thing. We had our DEXA scans done in KetoCon in Austin. One of the bad things about a DEXA scan is the loose skin you have, right, shows up sometimes as fat more than loose skin. And I have a big fat apron too. So, you know, just note to self on that. And the density can be off because I have a hip replaced and so does Harry. So I just wanted to bring that up just as a little FYI, that loose skin can show up as fat instead of what it is as loose skin. Now, yeah, I still have fat in here. Sorry, that's my spider bite. But I am getting muscles. I am getting muscles. I feel better. I feel like I am losing through my stomach and my abs. So at the end of the month, I'm gonna remeasure, and we're gonna measure Harry's abdomen at the end of the month too. So
yeah, May
31st, it'll be interesting.
After all this drugs I've been taking.
Well, and I had medical tests too. So
yeah, but I can see on you.
Well, I feel like I am redefining my body. I feel like I am losing inches and redefining and putting some muscles in. That's another thing, you guys. Carnivore has made, it's a happy pill for me.
Yeah.
I have had bouts of depression since Mom died. I have been so stressed, so over the top stressed over the past couple of years, with the decline of my mother, with the lockdown apocalyptic virus that happened, with catching that, getting the monoclonal antibodies, having a long haul that I had with my breathing and all of those things, gaining some weight for no apparent reason, trying to lose the weight we gained after that with no apparent reason. So basically right now, I am staying carnivore, I am toning my body, working out, trying to relieve the stress in our life. And you guys, there is always stress in everyone's life. It comes from all angles and it's how you deal with it. You know, going through the emotions and dealing through the loss of a loved one, trying to take care of a loved one that is injured or hurt, and take care of yourself sometimes can be a little whelming. And you just need to work on those things for yourself and for others as well. But take time for yourself in the process. And that's what I'm trying to do. So it's a relief to not have to weigh and measure and count macros by just doing carnivore. Eating when I'm hungry and eating until satiety. I may fine tune it and tweak it a little bit, maybe add more things in June since this was an elimination hardcore carnivore. The first thing I'm gonna add back is coffee. Yes, I am. I want my coffee. Yes, I do. So, with that, I love my homemade bone broth, and I'm gonna make that today for everyone. I add 2 things that are not strict carnivore, and I'll share those with everybody in just a minute. Thank you so much for all of your comments and all of your kindness. I truly appreciate all that. All your well wishes for Harry. Yes, he's sitting on ice today. I bought him one of those ice packs, but you were sitting on it before you came and did this. And I think, is the new pills, the gabapentin, helping a little bit?
Yeah, it helps the nerve pain.
It helps with the nerve pain, and that's a good thing. So you guys, come back in the next segment because I'm gonna make my homemade bone broth for everyone. So we'll see you guys in the next segment when I get set up. Hey everyone, now for my bone broth, I have a Power Pressure Cooker XL. This is what I had before I bought my Instapot for my yogurt, so I'm going to continue to use it. You use an Instapot, you can use a slow crock pot. This has a slow crock pot and a different function. So I'm going to do 2 things as far as function is concerned, but first I want to share my recipe. I store all my bones, all my chicken parts, any rotisserie chicken bones, pieces of meat we don't eat, gristly pieces of meat, and I put them in a bag in the freezer. I take the juice from my chicken or from my meat when I'm cooking it in the oven, so I get that taste. So, and that says chicken bones, just so I know. So I'm gonna take this and put this in here.
Maybe.
And I need a spoon, dear. Now, I just put it all in, and then when we pour the finished product out, you can take the fat off. But come look at this. I want to share. Come look. So the chicken, from baking chicken, there's the layer of fat. I can take this out right now. Look at the layer of gelatin. Look at this already, you guys. That is amazing already. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to add a little bit more bones to the mix. Just a few. Look at this nice steak bone with meat on it. That's going to give it some delicious flavor. Skin, gristle, all the good parts. A couple of these good bones right here with the gristle part attached. Yes, good gristle. Good gristle. Look at this, see? All those lovely pieces, all the gristle. The gristle is the collagen. Yes, it is. Put a few more pieces in there. Now, I'm gonna look at that in just a second. Here I have a paper towel. Now, come back to me. If I were doing normal keto, I would add a tablespoon of vegetables, my dehydrated vegetables and whatnot, but this is carnivore. I'm trying to keep it as carnivore as possible. It is gonna have 2 tablespoons of apple cider, raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. The reason for that, it will literally leach all the minerals out of this bone, and I'll be able to pop this bone apart with my fingers. It will literally squeeze it and disintegrate it. So it will leach all the goodness off the bone too. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of this. If you don't want to use vinegar for whatever reason, don't. I just find that it absolutely helps break down the actual bones in this. Now, I add 3 tablespoons of REDMOND Real Salt to my broth. I want it nice and salty and delicious. Besides taking my electrolyte capsules, this will help when you're doing a fat fast or a broth fast. It's absolutely delicious, and 3 seems to be the magic amount of salt that I like in my bone broth. Use more or less to your taste, but I find 3 tablespoons is plenty.
If you guys don't have the salt, there's a...
Link down in the description below for 15% off.
Right.
Now, one other thing I add to my Hardcore Carnivore is I add bay leaves. They go in whole, I count them and bring them out whole. So you're getting an essence of the bay leaves, which are a laurel plant, if you don't know. I add 3 of these in here. They add flavor. They're not adding carbs or anything to it because you're leaching out the flavor of the leaf, of the botanical part of the leaf, and you're not eating the leaf. It's not ground or anything. I feel confident that as a carnivore, you can use bay leaf unless you're allergic to the laurel plant, and use it as a botanical, just making sure when you siphon all of these things off, you've got 3 whole leaves back. So I usually use distilled water. The market was out of distilled water. There are so many people using CPAPs these days that distilled water is the one that goes off the shelf. Why I use distilled water is another way of leaching the minerals out, and why you're not supposed to drink distilled water, because it leaches the minerals out of your body. Unless you have distilled water and you add minerals in, you can potentially, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical practitioner, but from what I've read, potentially you can leach minerals out of your own body if you drink it all the time without adding additional minerals in. So just be aware of that. Distilled water is normally not for someone to drink. It's for a machine, or it is pure water with everything taken out of it. There's nothing in it. It's dead water, totally in its purest form. So I'm just pouring in some water. I couldn't get any. It's no big deal. And I'm going up to the max here.
Well, why do you use, did you answer that question?
Yes.
Why do you use
Yes, I did.
distilled water? Okay.
Yes, because it leaches the minerals out of the bones. Yes, it does.
That's right.
I just want to put just a little bit more water in. Yes, I'm using tap water. You do for you. Normally I would have gotten the distilled water, but they didn't have any. I go up to my max fill line. Now on my machine, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it on pressure for 2 hours. When the 2-hour timer comes off, I'm going to unplug it and reset it and go to my crock pot slow cook. And I'm going to cook it for 8 hours after that. So if I had just a slow cooker, I would cook it overnight in my slow cooker. I'd bring it up onto high until it boiled, and then I would turn it down to low and simmer it. If I cooked it on the stove in a pan, I'd bring it up to boil. I would put a lid on it, turn it to simmer, and cook it for several hours, checking it to see the consistency. I want to leach as much minerals. I want to melt the collagen, the hard cartilage, into collagen. I want those bones to be able to pop in my fingers because I have broken down the bone so much that it's made it soft. That's what I'm trying to do here. And it will make the best, most gelatinous bone broth you've ever had in your entire life. Now, I hardly have any left, but I'll share. It is literally gelatinous and solid. Looks like Jell-O, right?
Yep.
And then when you melt it, it's just buttery, heavenly, delicious goodness. And it is so healthy for you. It's so much better than the powdered collagen you're spending $45 for, or $30 to $40 for in a container. This is so much healthier and so much better, and it tastes delicious too. So anyway, that's what I want to share with everybody. So I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to lock it. I'm going to make sure this is pressurized. I'm going to go to my time. I'm going to push canning. I'm going to push my timer, and I'm going to go to 2 hours on this, and then it should count down pretty soon. And now it's going to bring up to temp. It's going to pressurize and cook for 2 hours on pressure. it will release itself slowly, and then once it releases itself and is totally done, I will come back and set it for Instapot for 8 additional hours. And you guys, I'm telling you, it makes the best and the most delicious broth you've ever had. And it gives it good flavor. Just
you couldn't
that,
buy this.
No, just that little bit of the bay leaf and the right amount of salt, perfect. I took some of that fat and put it into the rest of the chicken and meat bones, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer because this has just been in the refrigerator from the chicken we've had over the last couple days. I'm putting this in the freezer with the little bit of fat that I took off of the top of the other container.
Yeah, why didn't you put it in with that?
Because that is gonna have a lot of fat in itself, because I saved all that skin. There's a ton of skin in there which will render enough fat, so I don't need as much fat, and I put a little bit in here because there's not as much skin. I want some fat, but not a ton of fat. And that's my own personal preference. If you wanna eat that, feel free. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to share that. We'll see you guys in the next segment. I gotta find something for Harry and I to eat. Yes, indeed. Harry, how about some carnivore hash?
Yep.
Okay, so I've got our hamburger that I made last night. And by the way, you guys, this is the first time I've ever eaten a hamburger in its own grease. It's delicious. What have I been doing this whole time?
I know, right?
You know, we're so used to cooking the way our parents did in the no-fat era that we weren't thinking of how great it would be to have it sit in saturated, delicious tallow, saltiness. Because man, was that good last night, wasn't it, Harry?
Yep.
Oh, and this is gonna have the tallow in it. So see the tallow in it?
Yep.
80-20. So I'm not putting butter in, I don't need to because I've got tallow. Delicious tallow. And I'm calling this carnivore hash. Whatever your hash is, however you grew up with hash, that's fine. I am coining the phrase hash because it has everything but the potatoes, which we don't eat on a ketogenic lifestyle or a carnivore lifestyle. So that's just my termination for it. You call it what you want to. I'm calling it carnivore hash. Now I used this spoon before, but I can't use it in my pan, so I'll be using my spatula. Yes, indeed. And all this delicious fat will go right into the delicious, nutritious meal that I'm gonna be cooking, you guys. How are the hard-boiled? They're not hard-boiled, they're a little bit soft right in the very, very middle.
Really good.
I love my eggs that way. Why isn't this going on? Put this in here. You guys, man, I had a great workout. I had a great workout today. Did my arms, did my abs. Came home for an hour, went to Tai Chi. Felicia was having a bad day, so she didn't get to go today. And just had a great workout day today. So something I'm gonna do later today, I'll share with everybody. We have a far infrared sauna. Yes, we do. And for all of you longtime viewers, you guys have seen it. It's in my back room. My back room is a clutter room and we need to fix it. But I'll share my sauna with everybody later today. And I do it before the shower because I want to pull out all the stuff out of the, I'll rinse off, go in the sauna, and then I'll go in to the shower, wash my hair and all the good stuff. But I just need to rinse off just a little bit to go in the sauna, and then I'll sweat, and then I'll go into my shower, and I'll be ready for bed because it always relaxes me so much. And yes, Harry needs to be going in it. We all need to tell Harry he needs to be going in the sauna.
I'm going in it today.
So we're both going to be doing it. It's a 2-person sauna. Holds 2 people very comfortably. And we brought it from Washington State. I bought it for me when I was on a walker and a cane for my hip, for my torn labrum that I had. And it really, really helped Now, here we go. Let's get these eggs going. I'll get 2 more, so we each get 3 eggs today. Okay, hash it up. Come back when I plate our carnivore hash. And it's carnivore hash. Yes, indeed it is. Woo!
Nice.
Nice. And I like waiting to break the yolks. I like pieces of the yolk and the white separate, kind of like that. I just think you get a better flavor all the way around myself. That's just me.
Only thing I miss is I can't put any hot sauce on it.
Well, that's
I
true.
I love hot sauce on my stuff.
On your eggs?
Yep, yep. You know, that all started from when I was taking Stanton's. Stanton's changed my...
Come around here and talk about that.
Yeah, Stanton's changed my taste buds extremely.
They dulled them.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't get enough hot sauce. Remember that?
Oh, I bought every flavor, every kind. He couldn't taste anything. Stanton's, besides the horrible pain in his body that he got from them, he couldn't taste.
Yeah, I couldn't taste nothing. And I would just pour more on, till it was ridiculous. You couldn't even see the food. It was that bad. And we're talking about hot sauce.
This was a man, when I met, put ketchup on his taco, and I said, that's not going to work, honey.
No, right.
So I started him on mild, and now he is salsa brava.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Come on, you guys, we got hash. We've got hash, carnivore hash. So you guys, we're breaking our fast with carnivore hash now, and we've got to eat. You guys, we have a Luxe sauna. It's a far infrared sauna. Yes, it's in our bedroom, our back room. It's always been indoors. Yeah. We brought it from Washington State. We've lived here 10 years, and we had it there 5 years, I would say, at least.
Yeah, about 5.
5 years beforehand?
Yeah.
So you guys, it goes Celsius and Fahrenheit. I've got it set to 110 degrees. I'm going to go in for 30 minutes. It's at 79 degrees inside. I've got it started. And the nice thing about a far infrared is you do not have to have it super hot, although I love it at 110 degrees. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I want to sweat. Got a towel for the sweating.
I can't see your face. You're
I'm
totally
sorry,
dark.
I'll do this. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, so I've got my water with liquid electrolytes, very important to drink. I've got a towel for sweating purposes. I've got my beach towel around me because I go in a la nude. Yes, I do, and you guys don't get to see. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't want to scare the kids. No, I do not. Anyway, I'm going to go in here, but I want Harry to go in. Just pan in there a little bit. It's beautiful white. Is it white pine?
Yeah, I think so.
It's beautiful white pine. And here's the controls up above. Can you share the controls up above? Same controls inside. And the nice thing is, it's got a speaker and a radio up above where Harry's sharing you. You can put in CDs and listen. It's got stereo inside. And another good thing is it's got a nice big window, and I've got a flat screen TV with a doggy door in front of it over here. But I get to watch TV inside while I am in.
Oh, here, close the door and they can see the view. So see, you can see the TV from here.
So basically, I take the TV channels and wrap them in a towel so it doesn't get too hot. So I'm going in, and Harry's coming out, and then Harry is going in the sauna.
Yeah.
Far infrared, it goes in deep penetration, helps with the muscles and nerves. There's a, right here, is a vent down here, and I always put my drink in the coolest spot, which is this vent.
Yeah, the vent's right behind.
Yep.
It's a little vent.
And you guys, the far infrared heat's coming out of here and here and right in front here. And that's what I'm doing. It's 79
you
in
can
here.
see the elements behind her.
Yeah. And they just get nice and warm.
But they don't glow. You don't see a glow.
You don't see a glow. The
infrared.
wood doesn't get hot. Nothing gets too hot to touch unless you stick your finger onto the actual grating. And that is warm. Yes, it is. You probably could burn yourself. I've never done that.
We can hear you. You got a mic on.
Okay, well, I just wanted to share that with everybody. So I'm going to do this, then I'm going to hop in a nice shower, and then Harry's going to come in here, and he's going to do it as well. So we'll see everybody in the next segment after I get out of my sauna, take a shower, wash my hair, and come back for everyone. Okay, you guys, my chicken broth, or my bone broth rather, is done. It's beautiful. The skin is floating in. The bone, see, there's the bay leaf right there. It's still whole. So I have got a little routine that Harry and I do together. I've got a big bowl, a colander, and a sifter, and we pour very carefully, and I put this in the sink. And as Harry pours carefully, I hold back all the bones and everything. Goes through everything, and then I fill up my jars. So we're gonna have to do this somehow, Harry.
Okay.
Like we always do. This is hot. Wait.
Came out kind of fast.
Yeah, you did. Go ahead and pour fast enough to get it into the middle. The skin's fine.
I know.
It's when the bones go. Almost will stop. So now I just take my jars and I just start filling my jars. Super hot. I do it in the sink so that if anything leaks or slops or anything like that, it's right there. These are Ball 1 quart jars that I used for my yogurt that I've sanitized and kept. And that's it, folks. I'm just gonna do this until everything's done and then throw away the carcasses and the skin and everything. If you put the lid on when it's really hot like this, it'll seal automatically.
Yeah, because the air kind of like shrinks the heat. It kind of causes a vacuum.
A vacuum seal.
Yeah. Okay.
Put this down, put a lid on, make sure the seal is there, and tighten it up, folks. Super hot. And that is it. And when I'm done, I put these in, and they cool off for about an hour till they're a little bit room temperature. Then I put them in the refrigerator, and that is it, you guys. But I get probably 5 or 6 jars full. Are these 2 quart or 1 quart? 24. Let me see.
So 24 ounces? No way.
Yeah. 24 ounces.
It can't be right.
Yes, indeed. That's what it... Okay, so
Really?
right. What does that say right here?
3 and 24.
24. So, anyway, you guys, I'm going to get this all done, and we'll be back when I've got them all filled. Now, I want to show you guys the chicken bones that were covered with stuff. Look. The tops and bottoms are totally, they're, look. Did you see me just break that apart, you guys? It just comes right apart. It just melts the bones, literally.
Takes everything out of them, yeah.
Bones are hot.
Okay.
See how naked those bones are? There's no cartilage, no skin, nothing. Now watch, I'm just gonna bend this bone. Just snaps right in half, you guys, seriously. It just makes the bone. So you get all the good stuff. All the bones are like that. Seriously. Look. All the bones just fall apart. So.
Go ahead.
See how well that just breaks, you guys? The bone just breaks apart. All that bone marrow. So, what I did was, let me just rinse my hands real quick. I pressure cooked it for 2 hours. I turned it off and then set it on crock pot, slow cook for 6 additional hours. That took all of my cartilage and bone marrow and everything else off these bones to make them just break apart. Look at this. Just break it apart. Just smash it. It makes the best, bar none, bone broth I've ever had. Now, you can, if you're keto, add a little celery, add a little onion, save your vegetables, freeze them and throw them in the pot, because I made keto bone broth before too, but this is absolutely delicious. It's lovely. Look at all the bones. Just a pile of bones right here with all the bone marrow. Now, some people grind this up and feed it to their dogs. It's up to you. I don't. But you guys, I have got so much bone broth here. I'm halfway through my jars and I've got so much that I'm going to have to find some more jars tonight. But look at that. And this will coagulate, the fat will float to the top and add an extra layer of goodness to it. And then you just cap it. And these are going to be sealed tight, 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 tight. Won't they, Harry?
Yep.
Anyway, you guys, that's it for my carnivore bone broth. You don't have to use the apple cider vinegar. I would suggest to use the distilled water if you don't use apple cider vinegar. If you're hardcore, you don't have to use the 3 laurel, which is bay leaf in it if you don't want to. It gives it delicious flavor. 3 tablespoons of REDMOND salt is all you need, and you guys have delicious bone broth. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to close this out. Harry and I both did the sauna. We both took a shower. I got on a moo-moo, and I'm getting this ready so that we can close out the video for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you are new and you have not done so already, please remember to like, subscribe, ring that little bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And here comes Sally. We'll see you right here tomorrow. Hey, babe, it's late for you. How you doing? Oh, good girl. Did you say goodnight? Yes, you did. I'm going to have to find you some of that delicious stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to make you some food tomorrow. Get some. There you go. Yeah. Some chicken. She loves.
To have a carnivore dog.
I know. She's going to have to be, well, we'll start her on some. Say goodnight. Good night, everyone. Say good night.